So today we're going to do the finish, actually complete meal. We already did the sesame sauce for the cabbage, for the side dish for the tonkatsu. We already did the katsu sauce. So what we got to do is slice the cabbage, get that in a bowl. We got to take Godzilla's leg or the zucchini and slice it to have that battered and fried. And we got to fry the tonkatsu and finish the dish. So I got everything out and ready. First, we're going to do a super fine slice, even finer than coleslaw, on this cabbage. You notice when I'm slicing this, I always curl the finger closest to me and be sure my thumb's out of the way. And use that as a knife guide. Typically, all tonkatsu and chicken katsu are always served with a side of cabbage. Cabbage itself is kind of plain. So I did a Japanese sesame dressing, which will just drizzle across the top to give it a little more flavor. Take that end out. Cabbage likes to stick together, so it's good to get in and kind of get it separated. We'll put that aside for now. I've been waiting to cut this since we've got it. This is the zucchini. It's a bazooka. You could shoot it at somebody. It's like 2.5 feet long and huge. So, being as big as it is, I don't really want to cut sticks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do big, flat zucchini, almost like pancakes. I want to keep them about right around just under 1/2 inch, right about 1/2 inch. I want them cooked pretty fast. Oil's going to be pretty hot. And I have a feeling everybody's going to eat a lot of them. One more. We got those. That thing's giant. Still like half of it left. So, we didn't really get a bowl out for that. So we'll take these, put that in a bowl. I'll save that for my animals. And now I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm done with the board. I've got panko mixed with cornstarch in here. I'm going to lightly season the pork before it goes in the batter. This is going to be an egg wash, which I need to crack some eggs. We'll start with 6 eggs because I'm doing quite a bit of zucchini, and I actually have quite a bit of pork. Use that for my seasoning bowl. So let's start getting the oil up to temp. I'm just going to make one little change. I'm going to use vegetable oil because I need the temp. I don't have any peanut oil on hand. But what I'm going to do is add a couple drops of sesame chili oil. Get a little more sesame flavor. But the chili oil's got quite a bit of kick to it. So I don't want to add much. But I also have sesame oil. So I'll add a little bit more in there. Move that handle way over here. Get that oil up to temp. Seasonings I'm going to use on the pork. I'm going to use Baja Spicy, which I'm almost out of. And I'm going to use rotisserie chicken because I don't want to over season it. I want it pretty light. I want Baja Spicy just because I want to have something different. But rotisserie chicken is just like a well-balanced herb flavored seasoned salt. It's not too overpowering, just to accent the flavor of the meat. Now we have our tonkasu, which we prepared the other day. You can see nice thin strips. And since they are thin, you're only going to want to season one side. You don't want them over seasoned. And sometime next week, we're going to be doing schnitzel. Everybody thinks schnitzel is a hot dog. It's not. Schnitzel is a German dish made with pork, exactly the same way, almost exactly the same batter, except for it doesn't have panko. And it's served with typically a mushroom gravy, which is called Hunter's gravy, or Jägerspatzel, or Jägerschnitzel. And probably do it, since I have so much zucchini, I'll do steamed zucchini if that doesn't disappear before the week. And we're going to do it with spatzel. And spatzel typically is done with a spatzel noodle or egg noodle. And it's done with an Emmentaler, which is like a Swiss Gruyere, real deep, nutty, rich Swiss cheese. And it's done with diced grilled onions on top. So it's basically a German version of a really super rich mac and cheese. So you got this fried thing with this mac and cheese and a green vegetable to cut it. Should make it a really cool dish. So let's see how the oil's doing. It's good. Make sure I get this all nice patted down and coated. I want to bring it down a little tiny bit. You do these, you lay them away from you. They're going to cook pretty fast. They're very thin. Tongs probably weren't the best choice. They're going to cook in roughly under 3 minutes. So I'll do a few of these. Then we'll switch over and do the zoots. Let's see if I can get my skimmer out, maybe skim the pot some. The pork was room temperature when I started it.
Thank you to the new people who subscribed. We're not stuck at 13 anymore. So no more spooky number for October. But we do want to get the number up by Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. The faster we get the number up, the sooner we can give some cool stuff away. Thank you again to everybody who's joining us. I gotta turn the vent on.
Roasters starting to catch, so I have oil change and switch hands. Yeah, I was hoping this pan would work out, but it seems like it's too shallow and too wide. iron too. Just one cast iron. Start to So as we wait to do oil to kind of move the flour around, this will be a better pan because once I get the heat up, it'll hold the heat just fine. I like my cast iron. So, schnitzel, been a German dish for hundreds of years. Tonkasu has been around, I think, since they said it was around the 40s or 50s, and it was developed off of American food, so the Japanese were just went from there. It's a very favorite dish. This burner runs the gun about 800 times. It's really hot. Should have probably done a shake and bake. Since I was eating pork and I wanted to eat pork meat, coated. Just means you don't wash your hands. Actual combination. This will probably be a pretty short video because once I get enough stuff together here, I'll put the dish together. And basically, tonkatsu and the zucchini, since it's the same batter, it's the same egg wash. The seasonings, like I said, I'm using Scott's Baja Spicy for a little more kick, and rotisserie chicken. Just because it says rotisserie chicken, it's better on other things too. And once we get these up, I'll break out the tonkasu sauce, the katsu sauce, and the sesame. I'll set it up with bowls. The recipe for the sesame dressing is done in the prep video I did about 2 days ago. It shows you guys how to do katsu or schnitzel, or schnitzel, whatever you prefer. I'm going to do the schnitzel video next week, and maybe just for fun, since the Americans stole schnitzel from the Germans and just changed it a little bit, and the Japanese stole chicken fried steak, basically, to make katsu. Then we'll do chicken fried steak, the bone fries, and the sausage gravy. I make great chicken fried steak. Basic ingredients, I think it's 5 ingredients in the seasoning. Mushroom gravy, super easy. Make a roux and add in chicken stock, rich in it, and then pork sausage. Season that up, basically baked potatoes, cut them up when they're nice and tender, and then fry them up with salt fries. Add a little bell pepper, add some onion. I like cracked black pepper right across the top. Once these cool, they're going to be awesome to eat. As big as they are, even when they're hot, just squirt all over the place. So you're definitely going to want to let the zucchini cool. When they're screaming hot, coming out of the skillet, they're going to be way hot. I would be good doing some onion rings. In fact, it's a good batter for onion rings. Cornstarch is really light. I prefer cornstarch to flour. The reason I prefer cornstarch to flour is it doesn't hold the oil. It doesn't hold the oil like flour does. It's a lot lighter. And the panko, the rice flour, doesn't hold the oil at all. It just basically drops right off. I almost need the second line here. There's so many things to do. Cast iron is so much nicer to cook in. I like your burner at such high and low, it takes it a lot longer to make that change of the big cast pan. That's why I say my channel's a little different. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. The first pan was definitely not working out. pan is definitely. So after this batch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, well, after the next piece of katsu, I'm trying to get it right. We'll put it in, we'll cook it. I'll put it together with the katsu sauce and the dressing, and then you guys decide. Set up here. That's what's that. I guess you have to do these little parts. Because that breading is just going to burn. Let's do the dish. You're going to have to that. Change the oil frequently. And you're going to need a skimmer. So, let's walk away. Time to work. I think next time. There you have it. Tonkasu. See if I can find. I'm backwards with the camera, so. Fried giant zucchini and sliced cabbage. So together, this is what you got. Like and subscribe. I'll work out the pan problems. You guys can comment and even give me suggestions. Nobody's perfect, so the dish looks great. Just we're having a problem with the breadcrumbs, so maybe I'll need to go to a pot so it gives it more depth, so it sinks the bottom. I can skim it off, or I have a fryer. I just didn't want to put 8 or 10 gallons of oil in it, so I'm going to end up cooking up the rest and trying a couple different things. Hopefully not burn down the house. So maybe we'll pause the video and maybe I'll just turn it back on and let it run, but this is how the dish is intended to look. This is how I wanted it to look. I haven't eaten all day, so we're probably taking commercial break so I can eat. And then I'll come back and hit it again.
Thank you, everyone.
Like and subscribe, comment. I definitely love comments on this one because we just couldn't get the oil right. I tried 2 good pans and we ran into a breadcrumb problem. So I think I'm going to try a pot next and we'll see what happens. Thank you from Chasing the Missing Link.